Hey folks, just want to make another video and show you the EMF emitted from my electrical stove, which is a Samsung model. Um, if you're not aware of the dangers of EMF, electromagnetic field, or RF, radio frequency, which I will explain to you in another video, I recommend you check out the link below and read about all the dangers and the sources of research that's been proven regarding this environmental toxin that has extremely adverse effects on the health of our organs, and it is proven to cause cancer and all sorts of other chronic diseases. So I have purchased one of industry's best EMF readers. It allows me to measure the EMF emitted from any type of electrical device, and also the ambient EMF that may exist in your house and you're not aware of it. Ambient EMF meaning that there may be some sort of electrical wire or cable, power line going across the street, and it's constantly emitting towards your house and you're not even aware of it. EMF and RF radiations are not visible. You can't smell them. Just like atomic radiation, it's completely invisible. Of course, it's not as dangerous as atomic or nuclear radiation, but it still has adverse effects. So I will show you some of the functions of this device before I go ahead and measure my stove. I can show you exactly what each dial is. So the first one is off. The second is battery test. You can check out the battery level at the bottom here. So it's almost towards the empty, but good enough to give me a reading still. The third one is the magnetic field, which is the one we're going to use the most. If you see here, it shows from 0 to 100, and that's where you're going to read from 0 to 100, top line. You see the red dots up until 3. That has been accepted as the safe level. Anything beyond 3, you're entering into the danger zone. You don't want to be where the solid red line is. Even if your house is reading at ambient field of 2, it's still pretty dangerous because that's a consistent 2 and you're always being radiated. You can see that my house has an ambient of 0, which is very good. So there are no power lines going across or at the bottom or at the sides of my house. All I have to be worried about is my devices. The fourth dial is more concentrated, more focused from 0 to 3. You can look at the middle line here. So if you want to read exact between each unit, you can look at the fourth dial. The fifth one is electric field. That's your field around light bulbs, electrical power, electrical lines, electrical outlets in your house. It's not as concerning as EMF field, but it's still a good indication. It's a good practice to measure around and make sure that everything's good. Last one is radio / microwave. That's your cell towers, cell phones, Wi-Fi. That's the RF reader, RF radiation, radio frequency. And this device is not really built to measure that. It's just, I guess, something extra. But I wouldn't use this device to measuring RF. I will show you another video and another device to be able to measure, take a good measurement for RF radiation. If you want to have this device, I will post a link below this video. Check it out, where to get it, and I definitely recommend this, especially if you have children. Okay, back to our stove. Now, as I said before, I will set the device to the second dial, which is a magnetic field. It will measure EMF. You can see right off the bat I'm measuring around 3. You can notice that my stove is off. The stove is off and you're still reading 3. And just look at, as I go closer and closer and closer to the stove, we are going beyond what this device can measure. That is an extremely dangerous magnetic field. And the stove is off. I have not turned any element on, and you can see that here in this area, even if the stove is off, we're reading such an extremely high EMF field. Be aware of your electrical stove. I am looking to change my electrical stove to a gas stove. It is much safer for cooking. Now think about all the women that spend a lot of time cooking. They bring their chest forward on an electrical stove. They bring their organs forward. And think about all the people that have unfortunately got cancer because of spending too much time in the kitchen and on an electrical stove. Now I will turn some of the elements on, and you can see right away my EMF meter is reading so high. Those are the elements on. Just look at this thing, just going off the roof. So I guess you get the point. Stay away from electrical devices, electrical stove. You see it's off and it's still reading 3. This stuff is extremely dangerous, especially for children. And the best you can do is just replace it with a gas stove. And again, check out the links below, guys. Don't forget to subscribe right here. And I'm gonna do a lot of more videos on other devices, so stay tuned and stay safe, guys. Talk to you later.